Hi, I'm Taylor, a production specialist here at MaxiVolt, where we design and manufacture transient voltage solutions. If we offer solutions, it begs the question, why do you need a solution? So we invited VP of Business Development, Jack Klaus, here today to explain the effects of transient voltage. Welcome, Jack.
Thank you.
So only problems need solutions. So why is transient voltage a problem?
It's actually a growing problem. According to a survey by the Electric Safety Foundation International, facility professionals, they found that's the third leading cause of unplanned shutdowns. And the reason is sitting behind us, why it's growing. So our world used to be ran by electromechanical equipment like this, simple contactor, voltage turns on, voltage turns off. And we've replaced it with things like this. So this came out of a residential HVAC condenser. And as we can see, it has a lot of process control boards and even microprocessors. These items are just much more sensitive to transient voltage than the old electromechanical. Plus, you can get misoperations with process control boards.
Equipment failure is self-explanatory, but what exactly do you mean by misoperation?
Great question. So, a misoperation, transient voltage can actually cause equipment like this to fault. So it doesn't necessarily fail. There's nothing that you need to replace. You just got to power cycle it and then or reset it, and it comes back on. And that'd be a misoperation.
I can see how having to reset or reprogram devices would throw a wrench into your day.
Oh, yeah. We've got a client in the upper Midwest. They're a semiconductor manufacturer, and they grow wafers. And so in that process, once you start, you can't stop, or it can cost you millions of dollars in losses because you got to clean everything out and start over. And so what was happening with this client is they had a drive running a motor, and that drive would get a transient voltage event, cause it to trip on a DC bus over voltage. This misoperation made them shut down their process to reset that one drive.
I learned last episode that transient voltages are very common. So if they're very common, why aren't we seeing misoperations and failures all the time?
Well, we are seeing a lot of misoperations, but I understand the failure part of it. So the first thing we need to understand is that 60 to 80% of transient voltage events originate within a facility. So we're not talking about these lightning events that are coming from outside in. And while these events are not as large in magnitude as lightning, they are impactful because they're happening over and over again. They're slowly breaking down the dielectric strength of something on this process control or on this board to cause a failure or a misoperation. And so over time, we call that the death by 1,000 cuts because it's happening over and over and over again.
I see. Okay, well, thank you for coming on and explaining the effects of transient voltage.
Oh, most welcome.
Join us next time to learn how to mitigate transient voltage.